drowned in dreams and memory, living in a stilted present. Shangri-La or parody, went into a painful crescent. But it all goes wrong when you try the most. Just let go and throw your intentions down. The sun is shining coast to coast. What point is there in seeing tomorrow's clouds? The past will have its demons. What good is it? The day has got its reasons. So come and visit, walking slow but surely, one day at a time. Restless legs for false repose, grand plans of empty living. It's some of both, I do suppose, but neither knows the time we're given. And the moment holds our vagrant souls. Just relax and forget about the twist. Forgo the remote control and appreciate the show for what it is. Will have its demons. What good is it? The day has got its reasons. So come and visit. We're walking slow but surely, one day at a time.
1.25 miles. Turn right on Pioneer Drive. Turn right on Pioneer Drive. In 1/4 mile, arrive at Eagles Rest RV Park, on the right.
One day at a time. 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 Yeah, one day at a time. 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 One day at a time.
There's also a couple of Dall's porpoise right here as well. It's showing their little fins, but this whale has gone down on a deeper dive now. Actually just snowfall that we're seeing here. It's snow that falls for this glacier at about 9,000 feet elevation is where the accumulation zone for Mears is. And so the snow falls up there year after year for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's just never fully melting. And as each new layer of snow falls upon the next, it becomes very compressed, very dense. All the air kind of gets pushed out around those snow crystals and the snowflakes. Compresses down and turns into these elongated ice crystals that make up these glaciers. As a way to explain it, I often tell folks it's kind of like if you've ever slept on a feather pillow. Initially it's very fluffy, but you lay your head on it and those feathers compress at the bottom. And that's kind of what's happening with all these hundreds of years of snowfall. And then the whole mass of the accumulation zone is going to get big enough that gravity will help pull it down to sea level here. And that's when the glacier is advancing. It comes down this way to sea level, and then can, if it has enough snowfall happening and such, can continue to advance through a fjord. And the reason why is because glaciers are very erosive, and they push everything they come in contact with. They push it out ahead of them. Trees, rocks, earth, you name it. If it's not solid bedrock, the glacier's going to push it forward at its face, and that's called the moraine. So what we can't see under the water right now is this huge wall of earth underneath the glacier, and that's preventing most of the ocean from touching the ice. And that's how come this glacier advanced for all those years and is now fairly stable, because it still has that moraine at its face. Now eventually it's going to start to retreat, and when it does, that just means it's losing more ice than it's making, and so they don't actually move backwards, and they leave these walls of earth behind, these glaciers do, and eventually they become fully exposed to the ocean. The ocean will get up over this mound of earth underneath it and start eating away at the ice. And so retreats happen very quickly because the ocean affects it. As to where the advancing glaciers takes millennia at times for that to happen, just because of how slow that process is.
Oh, watch that spot, guys.
Now, your guess is as good as mine as to if and where this glacier's going to
I'm excited.
Usually, if you see some small stuff kind of trickle down, you might keep an eye in that area, because sometimes the small stuff leads to bigger stuff falling off. And this is one of the few glaciers that you can see here in the sound that's recently been advancing and is stable. You can, in fact, on that left side of the face, see it overtaking trees still off to the left there. So kind of like frozen rivers, at times they surge forward and then they kind of ebb back a little bit. It's just a slow forward reverse motion for them. Now the glacier itself is about 13 miles long. From side to side here, it's about a half of a mile wide. Upwards of about 300 feet of ice above the surface of the water. Likely another 400 to 600 feet of ice below. Again, without getting right next to it, it's hard to tell, but right here it's 500 feet deep. So just kind of a rough estimate on how far down it goes. But it does go to the seafloor at this point in time.